All right, it is Wednesday. It is, what is today? December 2nd. Time is flying. Let's take a look at the runners today. Focus, mainly on the runners, top gainers today. Let me just put this on. Trying to get my other computer on. So slow. Jesus. All right, just getting over to Dow Jones is plus 60, about 656. S&P, NASDAQ minus 574. Small caps plus 340. VIX 2117, slightly up. Commodities 1830. Silver is flat. Crude was 4508 flat. Futures are down a little bit, 18 right now. All right, let's go over to top gainers today. Yeah, we're going to narrow in on these small caps. I mean, there's other top runners that could move, but they're the main ones moving. To really focus on this, how we can really, crush this in the market. NAOV had news. Independent study finds significant benefits provided by nanofibrosis uroshield device. That was 8 a.m. as far as I can see. And a little before, here it is, the move. There's the one candle. This is the 5-minute. Start with the 3 times at 9 o'clock. So 3, there it is. Where's your next line? One line. These are huge quarters. You can go in between here. So this is 1, then we go to 125, then come back to 115, then 125, then we go all the way up towards high of 234, and then we come back. Look at that. So I call this the pyramid play. You have the front side, there's the pyramid top, and then down. Now this had good news. This is a 10.8 million float. Buying today 177 million. You had, of course, good news, and the float's low enough. And day traders are saying this is pre-market. Now I said pre-market. You want to try to avoid most of the times. When this came up straight up, see 8 a.m. That's not bad. This isn't 4 or 5 a.m. Then this pullback, very clean. Nothing like, good volume here. Nothing whipsaw. Look at the volume here. It's about 1.6 million. So really good volume. And then it's very clean, this chart. You have little moves here. So, I mean, you're playing line to line. If you put in a line in between here, 10-cent line, make it a little bit tighter, but you can the show here, the room between the spaces between these lines are huge. And then, you're going a quarter. This is a quarter here. So, in these, I'm not playing probably more than 1,200 shares, 1,000. See this? But it worked all the way up. There's no real move. Right here, see, this is the key. Let this move happen. This keeps going, it keeps going. First red signal, what does it do? This candle, does it go down? Or does it come up right here at 125? And, it comes back up. So there's your 125 line, 150 line, and that's a shooting star. This is a reversal pattern at the top of the pattern. Then comes down, and look at this. See this? Doesn't get above. That is a clear fade, and that is where you sell. Each time sell. If you're shorting, I mean, you short this. And let's see the 10-minute. 10-minute goes up here. And like I said, go back to lines a lot of times. Look at this. Go back to that one line. Now this is caught right here, 109. And what do you go? That's in between lines, really. Like, what's 1 and 125? That 113. So you come back to this line. There's your one line. That is a great fill if you get that. On here, I'll come back to the 125 line. And on here, 151 line. Remember, keep that little 5-cent range. And then, like I said, remember top to bottom, low. It's pretty much the middle, and there's your top. You're going to see this over and over. So, this worked pre-market. It was a smooth, it has to be a smooth, clean pre-market to trade, and it was. So, there you go. Front side, back side. And see, news on these comes out very fast. So, once you see that news, you still have time. It's not people like, oh, I'm chasing here, but wait for a pullback, legit pullback, and it was. And this was at 825. All right, here's MAC. This was less volume right here. What's the volume of these candles? About 3,000. It's extremely light. So 450. And right here, you can call this a descending triangle or like a flat breakout over here. See this when you get up and down, then look, your 1320s coming up. And then you ride up to 6 and then pull back. Look where you pull back to 550, that 20 EMA. I mean, this is working so well. It might be working too well lately. Like, I don't think it all the time is going to work this well, but the 13 and 20 have been working great. Even the 9 EMA thrown there. You didn't even need VWAP. I have no interest in using VWAP now because I see these two, just because I don't want to have 3 indicators. The less the better. So, you know, this rode up, pull back, rode up, and then faded a little bit. You know, if you did a 10-minute, right here, 450, then it climbs above. See, the volume isn't great there. You got to be careful, no volume, but it did work long. See this? And then once this breaks, you're like, oh, I missed it. Not necessarily. You just got to be careful of these breakouts. You know, 5, this one all the way up, where's your next line? Again, 5 line. This one's way far away from the 475 line. I mean, it happens. It could come back there, but you can't play it that way. Let's get on the list here. Oh, we call this CATV. So dry. See this wrapping around now? This is a big open space here. You have 3 line back in March. You have 203 million in volume. And this is coming down. This is trying to come up. You know, got shot down a little bit, that 3 line. But we have this open space. That's what I called in the video. I said, this is an open gap. It's sort of grinding up. See this? It's going to move up, and it did really strong today. Traders were on this. And now this is another one. Get to the 5-minute. You see a move, 6:30 a.m., very early. Okay, you're like, oh, the move's done. But it went up halfway. Then it pulled back hard. And what do you see here? This is a falling wedge pattern. You draw it here, and you draw it here, and that's a wedge. Let me draw it right here. So you draw this line, and this line, that is a falling wedge. See this? The space is going to get tighter and tighter, and it breaks up. Now you're above this. Right here, you broke out. That's a good sign. This was at 9:35 a.m. So where's your next line on this? 2 line. See all these stocks between 1 and 10? I mean, just play the line. That's all it is. Now, this is a big space here. You can go in between. You can get like the 190 line. And this took off. You know, came back a little bit right here. T25. Look, your 1320 EMA coming up. Shooting star. Right to 325 and then pulls back really hard on the 5-minute. See on these peaks too, when you see the move, like that's not the move. It's not the ending move. When you see this right there, you want to see a really strong lick. And at the top of the pattern, not here, like very top of your screen. All right, the 10-minute came up here, and that's a classic. See, that's a classic shooting star. 3-minute, you know, this came back right to 2. Go 205. Remember that. They might bring it to 203, 4, and you'll miss your fill. So this is a great play. Falling wedge, pre-market. And what will this do tomorrow? You know, if you keep going, maybe it'll come back a little bit. Not really sure. No one knows. It's a mover. See, this is too choppy. Way too many candles over the place, chopping. That's a shooting star wick on that. Over 170. This wasn't bad. See, you're going to narrow it down. So you want at least, 1 to 3 stocks. And just narrow it down. Really hammer home. 7,000. 475. This is a $1 move. Oops, I lost my place here. IGC. Trying to look down. Anything else good here? This isn't bad. CRIS, CRIS, 160 all the way to 220. See this road? And there's the bend. So you really look for that curve. This is a former runner. All right, so this went to 210 line. Look at this touch like 4 times and took off and then kept going. You know, some of these are just clean moves. Then wait for the next move, see what it does. Then it moved again. You'll see these over and over in these charts. It's pure momentum. You can't even play that. Although, you know, looking back, maybe rush this too fast. I mean, the move was fast, but there it is. Once there's the dollar move, and then there's your line. You're playing line. Yeah, this wasn't actually that bad. I mean, the move happened so fast and it shot down, but it was pretty good. JMI, hey, this thing's a monster. Monster long. Down here, anything else? MTC, this was a former runner. There's 150 all the way to 220 plus. Look at this. It came right back down. These are fast moves. If you can get in down here and just like, see this again, draw your line here. Broke above this little trend line, and then it takes off. You want to get that wrap between a 13 and 20 EMA. Start wrapping underneath and it explodes up. That's very good. KOS, 160 to 185 plus. My computer just went off here. Looking for anything else down here. See down the list, you'll get good plays, but most people are looking at the top 5, top 10. So this is another one. Look at this. Shot right up. Your 13 crossed over your 20. There's your wicks. Back and forth, back and forth. And you're like, what's it going to do here? Yeah, you're playing a 975 line, clearly for the break above. Or you can maybe go back a little bit to 962. 950 is kind of far. You know, although these wicks didn't come back, didn't really show that. That's why you can use your judgment on it. You can try to put it in order for here. Then just look off. Look at it. It's a straight run till here. Then you can say, anyone can see this. Oh, buy here, here, and then there's the sell. It's not complicated on that. OPK. This is a former runner. Over 455. There's spot. Over 285 to 330. So that's looks like it's it for today. Quick video to point out, you know, the main movers. So NAOV, classic pre-market, you know, line to line moved. You know, this was a big candle, see what it does. Then it kept going, formed a pyramid. MAC was late on volume, but it got clean, clean over 468 and took off. And CATB, yeah, draw your line, see what it does here. See, this is way too early. I'm gonna trade to at least 8. Then it formed a wedge here. Now this, it's tough. You might draw a line here to connect points. Then it sort of was out, but came down. That's why you get to wait a little bit. I wouldn't buy here most of the time at 9:05. That's like a weird time. Either it's going to be early or, you know, after the open. Like right here is that one candle. You can get right after you at 9:40. And there's your line. See, you get over that. So you're seeing what it does. It keeps doing this, bouncing, trying to go up, trying to go up. That 1320 EMA right there, and it finally crosses up right there. So, I mean, if you're drawing this, you're watching this in the morning, you see that, then this is out. That's a big candle. That's at 9:35. You know, so the next move, these lines, 9:35, and then your next line. See, this is going to play 2, or you're going to play, you know, right at the 190, maybe lower. So, you know, this is too far away. That's too far away. So you want to play the middle line. That's how I see it. And this came of low 188. So if you're getting the 190 line, and if your stops like the 10-cent stop, that's 100. You know, 190. Where did this go? 192.90. Yeah, $1.20 moves 1,200. If you want to do 1,500, $1.20 is going to be 1,800, and 2,000 is going to be 2,400. So that's a big move. 2,400. And really, that's your stop because you know, that's that wick there. So, you know, anywhere to take 2,400. What was yesterday? Ears. Ears could have been 2,200. I mean, it could have been $4,000. Not even using a lot of size. $4,000 in a few days. Unbelievable. I'm dying here. So these are the specific points. Risk reward. All these penny stocks 1 to 10, you don't need a lot of size. 1,000, you know, maybe go 2,000, depends. Comes down here to 180, you know, there's your stop. You have to look at these and see exactly what the chart is doing. So once you see this, you know, you're drawing your lines. You have your stop. Where are you going to stop out at? Here will be 180. Where are you going to buy? Yeah, if you're seeing this candle, 190. If you're going to the next candle, maybe 210. Now, that's the thing. If these come back hard, you're going to be down. That's why I don't use a lot of size a lot of times, because these penny stocks will crush you. So 190, even if you 1,500, you go down here, you're only down 150. 150 is nothing. So you're down, you're up 1,800, I'm saying. And yesterday with ears could have been 2,200. So 2 days, that could be about $4,000 in 2 days. You have to be very sharp with these moves. You have to be, you know, on point. And then there's the break above 250. So this was a really good long. Let's see the 10-minute. Draw your line down here. The 10 minutes going to blow by that. You're going to miss that. Let's see the 3-minute. Three-minute was a bad, went right to there. 5 minutes, pretty solid too. To get that candle right back, and this opened at 192. And if you do 1,000 here, 1,000 times 120, what did I say that is? 1,000, 1,200. Even 1,200 one day. You realize if you do 1,200 one day, and you can do it even 4 days a month, that's 4,800. For 4 trades, maybe 1,000. That's $4,000 in a year. That's 48,000. It's incredible, incredible money. You really have to want this, and you have to, you know the pattern. So let's go. Once you have the pattern here, again, you're gonna have your risk. What's your risk? 2,000, 3,000, whatever it is. Risk, and then where are you getting in on the trade? You're getting in here. You're getting in here. Yeah, once you see this ride up on the 5-minute, you see that support, there is no sell. Remember, let it prove it has to go through. Let it prove it. And this one all the way up here. And these are the moves probably because they're going to, remember I said like 8 to 11 a.m., the most explosive moves. So this is going to ride up hard. And then when you see this, okay, this made a move from here to here. Remember, this is a penny stock. And when this is a straight up vertical move, remember the other moves the other day? or like slower. You can see the patterns. This isn't like just a slow mover and it's going to grind. Just straight up. It goes to 320. And then you see these red candles, even this one. We're just open at 2. So it opened at 3 and then start to fade. So that's tremendous. And NAOV too. This is line to line. So to stick with, 1 or 2, you got to be alert and watch these moves and really, hit it hard. So have your risk reward, where you're getting in, where you're going to get out. Although when I get out, I change, I'm really holding long. Like I see this, I'm not getting out. I want this stock to prove it's going to go down. It has to be some candle that it's going to like touch this or at least bounce. Like look on MAC here. See when MAC did this and it pulls back. I'm giving it to the pullback line. And if it goes through like really hard, then it's a sell. Seeing this, but it has to curve too down. So that's one of the moves. All right, so risk reward. The main thing is your risk. What are you risking? Where's your stop? And then let it ride. Let it go up. Don't try to take a quick profit. I mean, if it's 1,000, if it's 500 even, 500 is good. If you're making 500, that's good profit. If you can make it get more to 1,000 plus, it's even better. So just look at each chart each day. Look at whatever stock you're in, let it develop the pattern. And then, we'll go from there. We'll see what happens. So, that's the main thing. It's like on this, I could get out here as soon as you see this. That's a pretty good profit. It's a $1 profit. You can't really complain about that. Then it went up another $1, so you got $2. And that just depends on if you're a trader you want to hold longer or, what exactly you want to do. All right, I'm getting tired here. Getting mentally fatigued. All right, please subscribe and like the channel, and we will be back for more. Penny stocks are hot. There's moves all over the place, long or short. Just stick with your moves, stick with your game plan, and you're gonna have success. All right, that's it. Peace.